may have just hung up his baseball cleats, but he might be swapping them out for a return to the gridiron. Tebow has reportedly worked out with the Jaguars as a tight end. The potential comeback would have Tebow reuniting with Urban Meyer, who was his coach at Florida, and the two are very close. The team has reportedly not made a decision yet on Tebow. So, Shannon, is this tryout legit, or is it just for show here?
Oh, my goodness.
Be honest.
You know what it is, Skip. He had an opportunity to move to this, be a tight end fullback 6 years ago, and his pride wouldn't let him do it. It just seems to me that Tim Tebow has a hard time not being in the limelight, being a professional athlete. Football didn't pan out. He wanted to be a professional baseball player. Baseball didn't pan out. Now he wants to try to be a professional football player in a different position than a position that he was unwilling to even try when he was in the NFL. For me, and I get it, Skip, Urban coached him at the University of Florida. They won national championships together. They're still very close. It's reported that Urban bought a house 3 doors down from Tim in Jacksonville. And I think as a courtesy, it's hard for me to believe that if I was still of age that Kyle Shanahan wouldn't give me a tryout, or one of my former coaches or an assistant somewhere wouldn't give me a tryout. So I got no problem with that, Skip. But I don't know. Tim needs to understand that Tom Brady's dream has lasted 22 years, probably going to last 22, 23, 24. Peyton Manning's dream lasted 18, mine 14. My brother's only lasted 7. Most NFL players' dream only lasts 2.5 years.
Yep.
Tim got something around that. Let it go, bro. Let it go. I mean, 7 years, Skip? And we know very few people will get this opportunity. But had he been willing to swallow the pride, you say pride goeth before the fall. Had he been willing to swallow his pride, play fullback, teams offered, hey, you willing to switch position? No, I'm a quarterback. Now, because, okay, he's out of the limelight, he's not a professional athlete, and some people just have a hard time letting that go, Skip. But hey, I wish him the best of luck. He'll be 34 at the start of the season. But my only question is, why wouldn't you attempt to make this switch when you're in your 20s? What was it you felt it was so demeaning, so beneath you that now you want to try it, but then you were unwilling to?
Okay. So to answer the question, this is not for show. This is for real. Because nobody understands Tim Tebow and Tebow magic better than Urban Meyer. Nobody has had more success with Tim Tebow than Urban had, obviously, at the college level, because to your point, they won 2 national championships together, and he won a Heisman Trophy and set every Florida record throwing and, obviously, as a quarterback, running the football. So, to me, it's going to work because Tim Tebow is desperate just to be on a football team because he misses it dearly. He played baseball because he was forced to play baseball. And he's talked to me, and we've done interviews before where he said it just tore his heart out that he never really got a chance to be a starting quarterback after what he did for your Denver Broncos for that one glorious run in that year. He took them over. They were 1-4. Kyle Orton was the quarterback. And John Elway and John Fox were the new regime who had just taken over. Yep. So they did not draft him. Josh McDaniels chose him, obviously, with the 25th overall pick, bottom of the first round, 2 years before that.
Right.
So the Denver fandom, Broncos Nation, wanted to see if Tebow could do it.
Right.
And so finally, Elway and Fox said, okay, we'll give him one shot. Remember, it was at Miami, and it went to overtime, and Tebow pulled it out in overtime, and here they went. And they climbed all the way back up to win the AFC West that year. It wasn't always pretty, but his QBR in the last 5 minutes of all those games that he started was #1 in the NFL because, as our man Eric Mangini used to say, he just gets accurate at the end of the game. He's not accurate the rest of the game, but he gets accurate at the end of those games. And he kept pulling them miraculously out of fires, out of the jaws of defeat.
Okay.
And here they go, and they wind up with a home playoff game against Roethlisberger and the Steelers. And do you remember what happened at the end of that game? Yeah. Overtime, remember this? Oh, here it is. Oh, wait a second. This might be the greatest moment in NFL history. Up, Demaryius. Boom, hits him right in stride, and he's going, and he's going, and he's gone. And Tim Tebow beat Pittsburgh in a playoff game at Mile High. So he did that. Then they go to Foxborough and they get shellacked predictably.
Yeah.
And what happened? Peyton Manning, a month or two later, knocks on the door for John Elway and says, hey, can I play?
Right.
Yeah. And did I have any problem? No. Would I take, obviously, Peyton Manning over Tim? Yes.
Yes.
I would take him. And I was a big fan of Peyton's having another go-round because I thought he should have stayed in Indy.
Yeah.
And again, I trusted what his doctors were saying. He's going to be okay.
Right.
I know he had the high neck surgery, right?
Yep.
Okay. So then Tebow thought he was going to get a legit shot from Rex Ryan to be the starting quarterback of the New York Jets, and it did not happen. And then he bounced up, where was it? Philly first and then New England? Yeah. And he didn't really get a chance in the preseason, and he washed out, and he was gone.
Well, here's the thing, though, Skip. Okay, now I'm not getting a chance to play quarterback. Why not switch to tight end then in 2015?
Because he thought, I just won a division and a playoff game, and I don't even get a chance to win the job. I don't even get a start to show you what I can do. So he was too proud. And again, you can say he was overly proud, but I don't have a problem with that because I think he had earned the right to get one more shot to be a starting quarterback somewhere, and he never got that shot. So it reduced him to saying, well, I haven't played baseball for, what was it, since he was 17 until he was 30.
29, so 11, 12 years.
12 years.
Yeah.
And he goes and tries to play professional baseball, and he makes the all-star team at AA, which is it's a hard game, as you know.
Yeah.
It's hard to do what he did, but he did the best he could, and he got to AAA, and then that was the end of that.
So let me ask you a question, Skip. When this doesn't work out, what's the next professional sport he's going to try to make?
This is the end of the line. But as you point out, he's going to be 34. But you know what's going to happen? He is close with Urban, but Urban understands what a great locker room presence he could be for his football team, just in leadership, just in charisma, just in presence.
I mean, he's
well, but that's not it. The influence he could have on younger players. So you know what's going to happen? He'll take veterans minimum. He will play special teams. He'll play. You want to bet?
But he didn't want to play special teams.
Okay,
before.
but now, well, obviously he's been reduced at age 34 to this. And then you know what Urban will do with him? He'll play him as an H-back, and they'll use him as a gadget guy here and there. They'll have some plays where he's going to carry the ball.
He's going to learn how to block? He know how to block?
You don't think he can block?
No.
What do you think he goes, 240?
Yeah, but Skip, it's more blocking is more than it's a mentality.
I'm underestimating.
Skip, I only weigh 225, 228, but it was a mentality. Can he run routes? Has he ever run routes before?
Okay, but it's not pure tight end that we're talking about. It's H-back. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. So he'll be doing a variety of things here and there. He might get 7 snaps a game, and he'll play special teams, and he'll play them well.
So you're going to take 7 snaps from somebody that can be really helping your ball club.
Well, you don't think Tebow can? Listen, he's magic, man. You put the ball in his hands, great things will happen, and Urban knows that better than anybody, and he's not too old as he turns 34 to contribute to a team that will be on the rise.
He just hadn't played a game in almost 7, 8 years.
Okay. Well, this game he played for his whole life.
But Skip, he hadn't played. Alden Smith. How Alden Smith look after 5 years? Alden Smith was an all-pro. And it's a lot easier to rush the quarterback than it is to play another position that you have. He's never caught the ball, Skip.
Alden Smith looked like an all-pro for about 5 games.
Yes, but Tim Tebow has never caught the football in his life. He's never run a route in his life. He's never blocked someone in his life and never played special teams in his life. So now at the ripe age of 34, he's going to be able to do all those things at a very high professional level?
Just want him on your football team. Watch Urban.
Skip. This is not college. This is not college. You have 53 guys because each guy that you dress up, Skip, because you only have a smaller number of players that you can play. They need to be able to help you. You ain't just in college where you dress 105 guys and 35 of them never going to get in the game. That's not how the NFL works.
You don't think he'll run a reverse pass and let Tebow option pass it?
Oh, my goodness.
Well, you know it. It's coming. It is coming. Urban knows how to utilize what he does best.
It's okay, Tim. You had a great 2.5 years. ESPN, you're doing great. You do great on that. It's okay. It's not meant for everyone to have a 5, 10, 15, 20-year career in any business, Skip. There's not. I know his dream. My dream was to play in the NFL. And I ain't gonna lie, if I had played 2 years, that was 2 years. I got 2 years, then I have to move on to do something else. But, I mean, what is this, Skip? What is this?
He will help you win football games in little big ways. You know it, and I know it, but the man who really knows it is Urban
So
Meyer.
he gonna be Jared Dudley. That's what you tell. Basically, you tell me he gonna be Jared Dudley. He gonna be Jared Dudley.
Jared Dudley is the mascot.
What the hell you think he is?
Well, he's better than a mascot.
Jared Dudley come in there and get you some rebounds. Jared Dudley hit a couple of threes. Run down the court, hit them three like that right there. Your guy ain't played it, Skip, 2015. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Skip, 6 years, 7 years? Really, Skip? It's okay. It's
You don't think some of those young players would be in awe of having Tim
Hell
Tebow
no.
dressing next to him? Yep. You watch.
Skip.
Oh, no.
You watch. Influence.
Skip, it's okay to say, Tim, go home. It's okay.
Okay. Well, you can say it, but Urban will say, I need you.
To do what?
I just explained.
Maybe he could be
Okay,
like
let him
an
be the chaplain.
advisor.
Maybe they need a chaplain. Let him be the chaplain.
Yeah.
He'll be that anyway.
Jenny be the chaplain. I mean, come on, Jenny, come on, Jenny. Now this is getting out of hand. Jenny, this is getting out of hand, Jenny.
It is getting a little out of hand.
Thank
and
you.
I like Tebow, but come on. I don't know. You don't just go back and play and be efficient as a tight end in a different position. Shannon, you know better than anyone.